What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Friday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. We have an 11-game slate tonight, another big slate here. It's been a weird week. Tuesday we had a 3-game slate, then we went to a 13-game slate on Wednesday, back to a 3-game slate yesterday, and now we have an 11-game slate tonight. It's been very lopsided. I would prefer to have like a 7-game slate, 4 straight days, instead of these, weird in-between 3-game slate days. But nonetheless, we have a nice slate tonight, and there's a lot of value already out there. There's not too many injuries to take advantage of as of right now. Things usually open up closer to lock. Last night the GPP team did well. It cashed. Cash and hybrid, I ended up getting screwed because I didn't have Bam Adebayo. He was chalk, which is crazy to me because that 10:30 game, Bam and Tyler Hero were questionable. It seemed like a lot of people just picked Bam hoping that he would play, and if he didn't, they were screwed. I was very surprised to see that ownership on him. I didn't play him for that reason. I played Hero because Reggie Jackson would have been an easy switch at that position in the same game. For Bam, there was no one to switch to if Bam was out, so it looked like 80% of the field were just ready to toss the L if he didn't play. So crazy on a back-to-back to risk that. Pretty gross slate. We have a nice slate tonight, ready for a big night to start off our weekend. Before I get into my picks, my sponsored sportsbook is BetUS. Click the link below as a first-time depositor of $50 or more, and they will match it 125%. Use the promo code JOIN125. All the info is below the video. And also like this video and subscribe to me. I appreciate it. So going into point guard, Lonzo Ball is a great play here. He's only $5,800. This is one of the lower salaries we've seen on him this year. He needs 28 fantasy points to hit value. He's averaging 31. So it's a great spot for him in cash games. He has a high floor. He obviously plays a bunch of minutes as the starting Bulls point guard. And it's just a really good matchup for him tonight against the Warriors. This game should be pretty fast, and it should stay remotely close and competitive throughout the game. So Ball is a great value play here at that cheap $5,800 price tag. Shooting guard, let's go to Ricky Rubio. Without Colin Sexton, we saw Rubio the past 2 games play extremely well. Almost 30 minutes in both games, 31 and then 27. He came off the bench and he was extremely good last game. He only needs 29 fantasy points to hit value. He's averaging that on the year, and that's with Colin Sexton playing. Last 2 games, he has 90 fantasy points, so he's averaging 45 over the last 2 games without Colin Sexton. His price should be a little bit higher. Again, he's probably going to come off the bench, but he will see starters minutes and have plenty of usage on this Cleveland team. Small forwards, go back to Will Barton. He's been a stud all year long. Since Michael Porter has been out, he's been even better. Obviously went off last game because Nikola Jokic had that suspension, so he was an automatic play. Jokic is back tonight, but we still don't have Michael Porter, and they're obviously still without Jamal Murray. So Barton is the main guy. Monte Morris is their starting point guard, but the ball is in Will Barton's hands more than anyone else on this Nuggets team, and him and Jokic are really the only trustworthy guys that start for this team. His price has gone up a little bit, $6,700. He needs 33 fantasy points to hit value. He's averaging that on the year, and over the last 4 games, he has easily hit 33 points. So he's in a great spot tonight against the Hawks, and he's at home. Power forwards, go back to my man Bobby Portis. Brook Lopez and Middleton continue to be out. Portis continues to start, and he kind of let me down last game. My lineup ended up going off, that hybrid lineup 2 nights ago, 378, and Portis was the only guy who didn't hit value. And the crazy part is he had 21 fantasy points at half, and he proceeded to get just 1 point in that second half. Got cold, but I don't care. His price hasn't moved. He needs 28 fantasy points to hit value. He's been really solid over the last week. And this matchup against the Celtics is extremely good for him because the Celtics run two big guys out there, Robert Williams and Al Horford, and the Bucks don't really have any big guys to throw at them. They have Giannis and they have Bobby Portis. They're going to need Portis to play more in that 30 to 35 minute mark this game as opposed to 24 minutes. I expect him to get up towards 30 minutes this game. And he has great upside, so a nice play at 5,800. And then for center, let's go back to my man, Frank the Tank. He was a huge reason why my hybrid lineup scored that 378 total on Wednesday night. 31 minutes off the bench, 31.7 rebounds. I don't expect him to do that again. 46 fantasy points. I do expect him to get up around 25, though, in this great matchup against the Grizzlies. It should be high scoring. JaVale McGee starts for the Suns, but they run Frank a lot more with a lot more minutes and a lot more usage off of that bench. Kaminsky should see around 30 minutes tonight, and he's coming off of a great game. But as you can see over the last week, without DeAndre Ayton was back on November 4th, but outside of that game, 39, 31, 21, 46. So it's no coincidence that Frank has been the main benefit when DeAndre Ayton is out. So he's a great play tonight against the Grizzlies, who like to run a lot of stretch forwards like Jaren Jackson, Brandon Clark, Kyle Anderson. It's a good matchup for Frank. That'll sum up today's video, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like the video. Make sure you're subscribed. As usual, I will have an NFL video tomorrow on Saturday. Hope you guys all have a great weekend, and let's cash in tonight. Peace.